don't be slow. Let's move quickly. Once you've seen, which was yesterday, how a class runs during writing week, it's very predictable. So this is what you need to be successful for today. You need to have your prompts and your stimulus is out. You need 2 sheets of paper and both your essays and planning. To be successful for today's instruction, you need to have 2 sheets of blank paper, 2 essays and planning that are due today, and your stimulus and your prompts listed. I need those out on your desk. Okay. Let's make sure everyone is clear on what is for homework tonight. You have 3 essays tonight for homework. You are completing number 1, list and explain on prompts. You are doing number 1, list and explain one similarity on how 2 of the regions above engaged in state building. I'm giving you a hint right now. When you talk state building, we're talking either conquering or government policies. Okay, so keep that in mind. So you're either talking about conquering, like straight up taking over territories, or government policies. Okay? Then, on your stimulus packet, you are doing number 6 and number 7. You haven't done pictures yet. Hopefully you see that anything, any stimulus, a map, a chart, a diagram can be what an SAQ is based on. So, tonight for homework, you have stimulus 6, 7, and prompt 1. Is everyone clear on the expectations? Everyone knows that's exactly what is due tomorrow. You have 3 essays. The faster we move, the better your quality of life is. So, on one of those blank sheets of paper, you're going to write out your new rubric for the day. For prompt number 4, write out on the blank sheet of paper. The faster you go, the better your quality of life will be. Let's do it. We will get there. I saw your email about getting caught up. I will get you caught up. It'll probably be a review.
Okay. I have just been reading through the
Yes.
book as much.
And Hemler will help.
Okay.
So I'm taking glance at that. But you are learning a lot, I assume, by listening to your peers.
Yes.
Okay. So, but yeah, we'll just have to kind of say, catch you on the back foot, which will be the video. Hopefully you have faith that we will get you there. I have 3 of you who are in both of my classes. Will, Nina, and Ford. Would you like to grab it? Would you like one, Nina?
I'm in
There's
both of
nothing
your
wrong.
classes.
Huh? Hell yeah. Will. Do you want one, Nina? You're okay?
It's been an iron.
Oh, Andreas, I'm so sorry, my love. You're right. You're in too.
Oh, 100%.
Perfect. There's nothing wrong with them. I literally bought them this morning. For Nina. Oh, hell yeah. Sorry, these people deal with me 2 hours a day. You would need a... Oh, Lucy! Lucy, I'm sorry. It's okay. Would you like one? Yeah. How many other people? Wait! I got a birthday girl in the room now, too. Would you like a donut? Yeah! Oh, happy birthday. Is it 16? Yes. Oh my god, that's a big one. Happy birthday. Okay, you've got about 1 minute. Sorry, my heart literally breaks for people who love me twice a day. bad enough to listen to me once, but imagine doing it twice. Holy shit, it's gotta be terrible. You got 30 seconds. Remember, the faster we move, the more help I can help alleviate that homework, as long as you're doing what you need to do.
As long as the fire alarm is off.
Oh yeah, that was funny yesterday.
That was not
Well, there's small joys in life, people, and that happened to be one of them.
for you.
Well, yeah, I got to go for a walk in the middle of my writing week. That was nice. You do know that sitting up here is very hard, yes? To be clear and articulate, and to make sure that when you give me information, that I'm processing it really quickly and really have to know my answers. It is not easy. And there's a reason why teachers don't teach writing. 'Cause it sucks. Alright, here we go. Listen to the instructions. Put your rubric. Oh my god, I can say. Put your rubric on top of your essay, on top of your planning. Hand it to someone who has not graded an essay of yours. Go.
Oh, no, everything.
Once again, you are wasting your time. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. If they haven't colored their rubric, they should be doing it now. Pull up 4. That's the one. 4.
And then make a rubric.
Listen,
No.
because like I wrote all my stuff on like one page, the other things got put in for a 0.
Okay, we'll deal with that in a sec. Okay, here we go. Trade with someone near you. It doesn't matter. Okay, well, you need their paper. Okay, here we go. Please listen very carefully. They haven't colored their rubric, color their rubric. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, in case you didn't notice, yesterday I put in all of your essays. I'm telling you right now, as I was going through the essays, for the one you got graded was out of 16 points. Yes, the one we colored, and then all the other ones were 10. I'm telling you that going forward, everyone who turned in an essay, no matter how dog shit it was, got 10 points. Going forward, hell no. Is everyone clear? Now, if you got a 0 on an essay that you turned in because it was on the back of something, all you got to do is find it in the bin, and I'll happily correct it. If it's a mistake on my side, I'll happily correct it. You can understand how chaotic it gets, yes? So, all you got to do is find it in the second period bin, it's over there, and put it in my drop-off box. If you put it in my drop-off box, it tells me that, hey, Bennett, you screwed this up, fix it. So then I sit down and I fix it. Is everyone clear? I also have 2 essays that have no name. Idiots. So, make sure you check my no name, check your bin. I'm happy to if I make a mistake, which I do because I'm a very flawed person, I will fix it. I usually don't touch makeup work until Friday because I avoid it and I hate it. Ellen. Oh, I don't care. Once it's in that bin, it could fall off a cliff. I don't care. So, you can have anything you want in that bin. Anything you want. All right, here we go. You are reading the introductory statement once, and then on the second time that you read it, then you color. Go. You read it once, and then on the second time through, you highlight if they did it. Okay. As you are reading it, you are then scoring the essay. Okay. What type of innovations are we seeing with a red underline? What, Sailor? Champa rice is fine. What else are we seeing for innovations? What do you got, Giselle? Oh, that's a good one. Nice. All right, what do you got, Micah? Stern rudders, fine. Okay, so obviously you've underlined whatever innovation they've decided to write. Now you're looking for evidence. Is international a piece of evidence? No, because there's no national boundaries because that doesn't exist until the 1800s. So no. Inter-regional and intra-regional is vocab. Okay? Someone asked me something else, and I can't remember. What do you got, Ellen?
Is bloodletting a technological
No. No, it's not. That would be a cultural thing. Yeah, no. No, that is not. Andreas.
Crips.
Crips? Yes, Crips would be. Because, like, who the hell knows what a Cript is? What do we got, Haley?
For the technology, it was champa rice, but does champa rice also have
No, you cannot get Champa Rice for innovation and then use it for your vocab term. Hell no. You can only get points once. So if it's your innovation, it does not count as evidence. So if you're doing Silk Road, now at some point I am going to take Silk Road away from you in Indian Ocean Basin because they're so low level. Can we agree? But since it's your first time ever really doing this, I'll be kind to you, but just know it's getting taken away because they're so low level. I literally can't. Okay. Now we're looking at analysis. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, please listen. If you didn't learn about analysis yesterday, you're an idiot. With what I'm telling you right now, I'm assuming they're only getting 1 point and not 2 points. Because, please listen, with analysis, you have to pull it together in a way that expresses both in a more intellectual way. The hardest part about SAQs is the analysis. So if you are saying Champa Rice and your second paragraph is about the Grand Canal, okay. You are going to say, because of innovations like Champa Rice and the Grand Canal, we are going to see the population is going to expand and will be provided more access to intra-regional trade, which will facilitate the China becoming the center of world trade. Do we see how we're taking what it's asking and expanding it? Yes? Now, I'm telling you right now, if it's coming from this sheet, you have to pull it together in your analysis. Is everyone clear? Because the question itself is asking for two things at the same time, yes? I'm telling you tonight, your analysis will not be, if it's coming from this sheet, A is not connected to B. They're two separate questions. Do we see the difference between them? Just on stems. Every question of SAQs is always a little bit different, which requires a little bit different knowledge. Okay? So your analysis really has to pull through. So if today's topic for number 4, technological innovations, you have to talk about how it's improving something. It's not an innovation unless it starts improving. Rickard.
So for our analysis, if we have like 2 paragraphs,
Yeah.
just repeat the analysis.
No, you can't. You cannot repeat it. You can't, because you can't get double points for the same information. Does that make sense? Okay, that's the trick of it, Rickard, and that's the problem. It's a skill, and we got to sharpen it. Okay? Jay.
How do you do an analysis on the first paragraph? Like, how are you supposed to, like, connect it to the other one if you haven't, like, talked about it?
Well, because you are writing them, and you would have planned it, so that's why. Yeah, you got to plan it. That's why. What do you got, Zoe?
If they did tie it into the second paragraph,
Then they can get a point, but if it's not really great. Now, if it's really great, it means you're reading it to me, and it's fantastic. That's how you get the second point. Does anyone have a really great analysis? Christian, let's hear it.
Technological innovations in Song China, like Champa Rice and the Chinese junk, allowed for China to become the world's superpower.
That's not a great answer. That's a fine answer. That's a fine answer. Now, saying that Champa Rice and technologies like the Chinese juke are going to spread Chinese customs and ideas beyond the borders, which will later increase populations in other places because of these expansion of technology and trade, that's a bomb answer. Yes? So, I'm assuming, guys, keep in mind, if you could just perfect these essays in 2 days, would AP World be the worst class in the history of classes? No. It's a sophisticated skill that we have to keep sharpening, yes? So you've got the format down. Now we got to actually work on the hardest skill, and it's going to take some time. So, I'm assuming most people got 1 point out of the 2 points for the analysis, which is better than yesterday, yes? Perfect. So, also, if they didn't write in 2 distinct paragraphs, which was also a lesson of yesterday, can we agree? -2 points. But if you're making that mistake again, you're an idiot. Look, do we have any idiots? No. Perfect. We learned something. Okay. Let's go to paragraph 2. Let's go. Read the topic sentence, please. Read it once, then on the second time, then color. They deserve to have it read twice. Or like you noted that I'm rewriting my thing for you. Okay. Now, are they correctly identify a innovation? Okay. Now, looking for evidence. If they use evidence in A, can they use it in B? Now, I also want you to look, are they using the same region? Yes, because the question does ask you for the same region, right? Okay, so they should be in the same region. If they aren't in the same region, then you need to change, then you need to take off points. Okay, do they provide 2 pieces of evidence? Okay, circle them.
So then in this, we're looking for the 2 points.
Yeah, if they get 1 piece of evidence, they get 1 point. They need 2 pieces.
Underlining the red, do you underline just like the word that they're
Yeah, whatever the term is. So
Or
if
can
they're
you
doing
just say, like,
champa
this
rice.
innovation?
Yeah, this innovation of champa rice. Okay, now what you are doing is looking at the analysis. The analysis cannot be a copy regurgitation of the first one. Keep in mind, if this is such a big innovation, then it should have multiple things. Talking about maybe the first time how it's going to increase the inter-regional and then intra-regional. That would be a good way to attack it going forward, yes? What is the impact of these 2 things? Like champa rice and Grand Canal are going to increase proto-industrialization in Song China. On your second paragraph, inter-regional, because of champa rice and the in the Grand Canal, all of a sudden China can support the entire world importing their goods. Do we see the difference in the 2? Okay, and it's just looking at it in a different way. That's what makes these SAQs. And keep in mind, you're supposed to write all these answers in less than 10 minutes on May 11th. Plan them, write them all in less than 10 minutes. Yeah. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, what you are doing now is scoring their essay. You are scoring it and writing the grand total where it says 16. Write it out. Where it says 16.
Wait, what's the order again? The essay.
It goes rubric, essay, prompt. Now, there are staplers out there. If you have a stapler on your desk, you need to staple rubric, essay, prompt, and pass it immediately. Let's go. As soon as you get it. Now, you are writing 2 positive things, 1 constructive criticism. As soon as you staple it, you are writing 2 pieces of positive feedback and 1 piece of constructive criticism. We're not talking now, Bella, because no one else has done it, Bella. What? Okay, so if you have a stapler on your desk, you better be stapling. Oh, and you need to staple your other essay with its other planning, by the way. Oops, sorry. You have a second essay on your desk because you had 2? Yeah, so you're going to staple the other one. Not all together in 2 separate piles. Essay, then always planning, yes. So, every single person should be writing their 2 pieces of positive feedback and 1 piece of constructive criticism.
I would have written that.
Yes, but it's really hard to talk and do something, write something different.
Well,
Okay, you are stapling your second essay to its essay and planning and its 2 separate entities. Turn and talk to the person you graded and share your 2 positives and 1 piece of constructive criticism.
Essay planning. Thanks, Boo. Chase. You did really good. You should have evidence. Andreas, move.
Be kind.
No.
Yes.
Really good, but it's like really small.
What if he didn't deserve
He clearly looks like he's having a rough day. Be kind.
I'm sorry, Andreas, for being rude.
Miss Bennett, isn't luxury good vocab word?
No.
It isn't? It was underlined in my notes.
Yeah, no, we can do better than just luxury goods. Saying spices, linen, porcelain, that would be a better
So
example.
luxury good won't score.
Three,
Sorry, I didn't mean to kick you.
2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone should have their own assignment in hand. You should see what your score is and your feedback. I hope it is better than yesterday's. Yes? Good. Please listen carefully. Remember, the faster we move, the better your quality of life is. Please pass. Let's go, Christian. Your graded essays. Let's go, Ryland. Your ungraded essays. So if it has color on it, it's going to Christian. If it doesn't have any color on it, it's going to Ryland.
Imagine if I just
Do not hand them individual papers. Collect a bunch, and separate it.
Oh, is this Christian gets colors, and then does Rylan get no colors?
You are wasting so much time. You are wasting so much time.
And we do this one. My number 6 is better than. Can I see that?
Oh yeah.
Is it writing and letters? The number 6 one is we have 2 papers.
Yeah. Is AP got that right?
Yes, that's not till week 13.
Is theirs fun?
No, it's writing.
It's better than ours though, right?
Yeah, because it's not that hard. 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, you should have your two prompts listed in front of you so we can answer the questions as we go. Let's start with question number 6. I'm telling you right now, do better than first period because they wasted so much time and refused to talk to me and made their lives so much harder. Here we go. Image 1, illustration showing astronomers employed by the Mongol icons of Persia making calculations, charting their observations, and using astronomical instruments, early 14th century. This is obviously coming from the Middle East. The illustration was included in a world history manuscript that was produced for the Mongol court. Illustration, image 2, illustration from a Hebrew translation of the Canon of Medicine, a Muslim medical text. The translation was produced by a Jewish scholar in the court of the Christian kings of Sicily, 1250. I think we can all agree the Muslims are significantly more advanced than the Christians are at this point. The illustration shows various stages of physicians' visits with the patient. Here's the questions. In your response, be sure to address all parts of the question. Use complete sentences. An outline or bulleted list alone is not acceptable. Question 1. A. Identify one way that image 1 illustrates an effect of the Mongol rule over Eurasia. What do we got? Come on, the faster you go. You have 3 essays tonight, by the way. Emily. Yes, it spreads innovations. Okay, so what's going to be some of our evidence we are going to use? Come on now. What do you got, Miss Roth?
It spreads like flying cash and
Okay, flying cash, baking houses. Okay, banking houses. And why is this important, Roth?
because it creates a unified way to pay for things. Well, it's safer on the trade routes.
I would go safer. Does that make sense? It's easier one to defend. It's safer. Why?
Because you're not carrying cash on.
Less money to be stolen. Fine. Okay, so good. All right, you people are here to play. I like that. Here we go. All right, analysis, ladies and gentlemen. Now, when we talk about analysis, okay, we do not need to answer analysis with all 3 parts because they're clearly 3 different questions. Do we see the difference between these and the prompts? Okay. So, identify one way that image 1 illustrates the effect of Mongol rule on Eurasia. Okay. What would be an analysis? after describing flying cash, banking house, and how all of these things make it safer, what would be a good analysis to show how the Mongols have an effect on Eurasia? Eurasia. Eurasia. Christian.
Like the amount of trade increased a lot and stuff because it was safer. Like, more people wanted to.
No, we could do better. Eurasia. That was the hint. Lucy, help me. What? Effect of Mongol rule in Eurasia. Mongol rule in Eurasia. That's what the question says. So answer the question, Zoe. Yeah, but you're not being specific at all. Ella, help me.
The Mongol rule had to start introducing culture in Eurasia, and because they created such a large empire, they were able to basically centralize it and create safer methods for farmers.
You're like so close. It's the best answer so far, but I'm not gonna say it's it. Rickert.
Because like most of the Silk Road is like under one government, there's only one territory.
Okay, guys, Eurasia. Effect of Mongol rule on Eurasia. Like, the effects of it. I mean, you're not wrong, but we haven't pulled it through. Rylan?
Well, so because
So-
of the banking houses along the Silk Roads, it spread to Europe and became the base. for
Thank you.
Mongol.
Whatever you're saying, I like it already. What? Say it again.
So,
I had a lot going on.
The Europeans saw on the Silk Roads how effective banking houses and flying houses.
Yes! Okay, do we see how that's a good answer? Hello? It's taking something and we're explicitly saying something from Asia is now made its way to Europe and has had a significant impact. You see how that's a really good answer? Yes, it increases trade and all that stuff, and that's fantastic, but we are looking at the impact of Mongol rule, just saying they increase trade. Like, cool. Okay? We're looking at a genuine connection. So, analysis is, Rylan, say it one more time. I had a lot going on.
So the Silk Roads, made banking houses and flying cash very productive. So the Europeans saw this and used it to use banking houses, and eventually it made it to be
Perfect. So Silk Road's facilitation by the Mongols will lead to European adoption of Bill of Exchange and new practices that were not present before trade returned to the region. Yeah, do you see how that is a good answer? Hello? Do you see how we are taking the genuine answers of Mongol rule in Eurasia and tying it to a specific thing that is going to be facilitated based on it? Remember, you're talking about banking houses and flying cash, and we're talking about how bill of sales, which are paper, are going to be created in Europe because of their influence. Evan. Silk Road facilitation by Mongols will lead to European adoption of bill of exchange and a new practices that are present before that were not present before trade returned to the region. Okay? So, if we're talking about how this whole thing is about how Mongols are facilitating trade, then let's give him a good instance of, we're talking about flying cash, we're talking about Bank of Houses, so let's tie it to a different region that they're referring to with something specific. Do we see what we're doing here? Do we see that it takes knowledge and know-how? And it's not by accident. Okay, here we go. B. Explain one likely purpose for the inclusion of image 1 in a manuscript. The manuscript is for what, Ford? Yeah, it's for the Mongol court. So, what is this, Ford? It's a bunch of fat guys sitting around reading books. What is it? Yeah, sure. But what is it? Oh. Huh? Sure. Sure. But what is this? They're drawing a picture of a bunch of fat guys sitting under a tree looking at it. What's the point of this whole piece? Do you think Kubla Khan gives a shit about a bunch of fat guys sitting under a tree reading books? Do you think that's what Kubla Khan is into? What is it, Evan? Oh, well, you just raised your hand, so you regret.
I think it's like a record for the Mongol.
No, it's not a record. It's what, Christian?
It's showing the innovation that
The Mongols haven't created shit, so no. What is it? Roth.
It's showing it's like that they've done with a lot of stuff.
They haven't done any of this stuff.
Well, okay, they're facilitating a lot of people.
No, they haven't. Ah,
It's showing a bunch of things that they have like taken from other cultures.
yeah, and they're trying to make it fancy looking, which means it's what?
That they turn to like,
Which means it's what?
um,
If I wanted to show how amazing I am, I would sit up here in a very fancy outfit with my hair and makeup fabulously done, and in a cute little teaching pose. It's for show. And what's a fancy word for a show? Ought. Starts with a P. When you hear the answer, you're gonna be so mad. Penelope.
I was gonna say propaganda.
Yes, it's propaganda. Hello. Do you think the Mongols really like sit around and like sit under things and like read books and shit? No. It's propaganda. Yes, it's propaganda. It's propaganda. And why is it propaganda? Think about it. These are Mongols. And it's a bunch of fat guys reading books under trees. Why is this propaganda, Bella?
It's trying to like show that they're smart and like everything they've done.
They haven't done anything, Mongols. What is their reputation, Bella? Yeah, it's propaganda because what are they trying to do? Tejas.
They're trying to show that they're not really brutal.
Yeah, or less brutal. That they're not complete savages is what I was going to write because it's a little more copacetic. Savages who use what type of methods?
Brute force.
Well, guys, we need some vocab here because we've got no vocab. What do you got, Sailor? Siege weapons. Okay, we need something else. What during this time period when the Mongols have time to pretend to sit under trees and read books is probably during what time? We are not in a personal conversation. I don't know if you've noticed. There's other people here. What do we got, Ford? Pax Mongolia. So, in your little blurb, you have to talk about that now that the Mongols are beyond siege weapons and they've created an empire based on the Pax Mongolia or Pax Peace, they're trying to evolve their image. That they're not just blood savages, that they are actually fat guys who sit under trees. Huh? Well, they have the perception of being savages. Because when you think Mongols, do you think fat guys sitting under trees reading books?
Yeah, but the problem is proving that
Yeah, well, the propaganda is trying to promote this image that they are actually, like, intelligent, smart people. But we know it's propaganda because the Mongols, how good are they at running government, people? How many art installations have we talked about? How much creation of actually genuine culture? None. The only thing they care about is
fear.
money and scaring people. Okay. Analysis. Okay. Explain one likely purpose for the inclusion of images in the manuscript. Okay. So, it's a bunch of fat Mongols using this technology. So tie it through. Ella. Whoa. The Mongols use what? Well, yeah, but that's all the blurb. I need an analysis. We've already got that.
They wanted to show, like, Mongolia.
You did raise your hand. I'm
It's
just
Pax
saying.
Mongolia. You said it was wrong, so.
Well, yeah. I mean, what you're saying now is wrong because it's already written down on my paper and we can't write it twice. Evan.
The analysis I was thinking of was Mongolians are trying to convey like that they're peaceful instead of what they normally are known for, trying to convey like propaganda that they're peaceful.
I mean, that's Pax Mongolia, which would be Mongolian peace. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, because you have been delightful. Analysis. The Mongols. The Mongols did not create any technological advancements, but utilized tools, skills, and science that the areas they conquered created. This leads to a faster distribution of knowledge, of these new ideas. There you go. Okay? That's what we're looking for. We need to make it clear that the Mongols are not creating this stuff. We know it. You know it. They're savages. However, they're trying to take credit for a lot of these things because they don't want people to think that they're savages. But as the people who know our content well enough, the Mongols did not create any of the technological advancements that utilize school of the people they conquered. C. Explain one way that image 2 illustrates the spread of scientific knowledge in the period of 1450. Why are people in Italy looking at a Muslim manuscript written by a Jew? Christian, Muslim, Jew, all in one. Isn't that great? Like, that's diversity. I've already talked to these people. I guess I haven't really talked to Rickard. What do you got, Rickard?
It's because like the Muslims were like the most advanced in the world when it came to like medical knowledge.
Yeah, that's why we wrote more advanced on the picture.
Yeah, is that like not the answer?
No, that's not the answer.
Well, okay.
The question is, explain one way that the image is the spread of
I didn't
scientific.
read the question. I thought you were asking like why it was like why they would do it. But okay, whatever.
We know why they're better than everyone else.
So Muslim medical texts are very advanced, so they spread to people who are less advanced, like
Dude, that is not the case. I know a bunch of idiots who don't read any of their books outside of their idiot books.
But like doctors,
No.
the doctors be like.
Rickard, you are trying really hard, but it's an L. It's an L. What do you got, Penelope?
Okay, so
Hello, we need a specific event. Hello, people. You are making it harder than it has to be. I can already tell, Penelope, you're going somewhere. Let's see if we can pivot. What do you got?
I was just gonna say that the Mongols didn't.
No. It's not it. Sailor? What? No. Help me, Miss Roth.
During the Crusades.
Thank you. Why would Muslims and Christians be interacting? The? Thank you. So Crusades. That was really beautifully all unison, by the way. It was really well done. Crusades. So one way the image 2 illustrates the spread of scientific knowledge. So the Crusades. So what are some vocab terms that we can use to describe the Crusades? Oh my God. Do we know of something else if you can't come up with anything for Crusades? What is it? Nina? Yeah, but there's no vocab you're using there, Nina. You're just talking about Christians killing Muslims.
Crusades started diaspora communities.
No, they didn't start. That's more Indian Ocean Basin. We've only really talked about Swahili city-states. For diaspora.
This is just a question.
Sure.
If you were to say like, if this was still Mongol rule, so if you were to say like the name of the leader.
Yeah, that's absolutely outside. That's evidence for sure, all day. Oh my God. people. Cyrus.
Increase the demand for luxury goods.
Increase the demand for luxury goods. Yes, for luxury goods, but you cannot just say luxury goods. Andreas is mad at me about that one. What would be an example of luxury goods that would score in this? Tejas. Silk would be the biggest one. Porcelain. Those will score. Do we see the difference? Hello? Okay. Don't hate me, Andres. So, increased demand for luxury goods. Okay. What city do you think they're fighting for? Yeah, that's outside evidence, ladies and gentlemen. Jerusalem was the focus. Okay. The analysis is where we're going to answer the question fully. So we talk about the Crusades, which will increase the interaction between Christians and Muslims. What is my analysis? Come on, pull it through. Explain one way. The image 2 illustrates the spread of scientific knowledge. What is the pull through, Micah?
That the Crusades, when attacking Muslims over Jerusalem,
Whoa. You can't use everything I have up there, dude, because we're in a new part. Remember, there's 3 sentences to these things. This is all in sentence 2. We need a sentence 3.
the Crusades spread their influence.
No. Help me! I've already talked to these people. Bo, help me.
Because Christians know about suffering in the Middle East, they will be able to other innovations.
Yes, okay, the Crusades will bring Christians out of Europe in large numbers for the first time to experience how technologically behind they are, excuse me, and are looking to expand their knowledge and their access to this information. There we go. Does that make sense? Hello? The Crusades will bring Christians out of Europe in large numbers for the first time to experience how technologically behind they are, and are hoping to expand and are looking to expand their knowledge and their areas and their access to this information. Hi, I'm writing for you, not for me. All right. Dude, I did all the heavy lifting on that one. All right, let's go to the next one. Which one do you want?
The other stimulus one.
Other stimulus one? Honestly, I think we could do the shorter one faster. Let's do that one faster. Okay, here we go. Number 1, explain and list one similarity in how 2 of the regions above engage in state building. Region, Song, China, Darul Islam, India, Southeast Asia, Africa, and the Americas. Which ones? Similarity, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, I know which one I want. Which one are we doing? What regions? Ella,
Some kind of Darism.
what are you going to use?
They both Darism. This Islamic laws of Quran and some kind of.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I was going to do tribute system. Oh, that's good. All right, here we go. Okay, so number 1. Bless you. Okay, so we're going to do Song China. That is a good one. Song China, they use what? Confucianism. And they use Confucianism for what? Well, hold on. They use it in what aspect of state building? You said it before.
Well, they use it as propaganda, like civil service.
Whoa, okay, yeah, but we're... This is literally me confused. Okay, Song China, Confucianism is used for what purpose? Let's just lay out. What is the purpose of using Confucianism, Ford? It's used as government propaganda. And what do they need it for, Ford? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't, no. It's used for government propaganda to ensure what? Ensure government support. Yes. Okay. It's there to help the government stay in power. Wouldn't that be a lovely similarity thread to pull through two of them? Hello? Okay, what is some evidence that we can talk about Confucianism? What's some actual vocab terms that we can use? Well, civil service exam. Okay, which is obviously, now we're talking about Confucianism and government. So what are you going to say about it?
That you have to know about Confucianism to take the civil
Okay, it's based on Confucianism. Fine. That's good. What else you got? Emily? Creates meritocracy. There you go. Civil service based on Confucianism. Okay, meritocracy. Good. Now, keep in mind, you have to tie Confucianism and, Islam in twice. Have fun. We got one whole done. Isn't that nice?
How do you
We already kind of planned it out. You just have to do it. What?
Or like Ella kind of planned it out.
I know. I didn't really help.
A very hard name.
For Dar al-Islam, I would use the Quran. I would use the Quran. For Dar al-Islam, I would use the Quran.
Wait, what are like the laws that are based on this?
You can't do some basic.
Shit.
I knew we learned an name.
We did talk about it briefly, yeah. Goodbye. Sharia law.
The what?
Sharia law is what it's called. The laws that are based on. It's in your textbook, dude.